What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Benighted, entitled Carnivore Sublime. This is released on Season of Mist. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of France, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very grinding, psychotic, and crazy style of death metal. Very fast, very brutal, and very intelligent-minded. The first time I had ever heard of this band was back in 2011 with their album Asylum Cave. Now, that album was my first proper introduction to Benighted, and listening to that album, I was just blown away. Probably one of the craziest and most frantic-sounding death metal records I had heard in a long, long time. I mean, just everything about it was just crazy. The fast pace, the pig-squealed vocals, the guitar riffs, the fast drumming. I mean, this band is just a non-stop assault on the eyes and the ears. It's just crazy. And looking back into this band's previous works, I mean, albums like Psychotic to preferably the previous two past Asylum Cave, Identisic and Icon. Two really, really awesome albums in their own right. And pretty much showcasing why Benighted have been such a consistent band over the last couple of years. Now here we are with their 7th full-length album. It's 11 tracks, and it clocks in at around 37 minutes in length. And Carnivore Sublime pretty much continues the consistency that Benighted have been very well known for. Crazy, twisted, psychotic, and even taking twists and turns that you don't see coming. That's what Benighted set out to do with Carnivore Sublime, and I think it works very well here. As with previous Benighted releases, the guitar work on here is just so fast and furious. I mean, just the way the guitar riffs are being handled here are really crazy. Take the first couple of opening tracks like X2Y and Noise. The first track of this album is about 1.5 minutes long, and it definitely showcases the death and grind aspects of this band. It's buzzsaw-like. Very razor sharp. I just love the way the guitars sound here. It sounds great. Just the way the riffs are being handled, the way everything is being played. It's done very crazy, but yet it's not done in a way to feel distracting. It makes the listener feel right at the edge of their seat, listening to the way the guitar riffs sound. Even moving on to later tracks like Spit, where you pick up an almost black metal kind of vibe with the way the way the guitar interplay goes on that particular track. I think it's really crazy. Even the second half of that track, you get some really crazy, like a crazy shift change going on here. And expect a lot of that to happen on Carnivore Sublime. Get some really, really crazy shift changes and tempos within the guitar. I think it's really awesome, and it definitely boosts up the creativity that that this band is well known for. Moving on to the bass guitar, I think the bass is really, really smooth. I love the way that it's being handled in this mix. It's very gritty, it's very audible, and it is a nice... It serves its place properly, just like the way the guitars are being handled on this album. The bass guitar is very audible, very smooth, and very gritty. It definitely plays itself very well. When you hear certain instances of the bass guitar by itself, and during certain breaks in between tracks, I think it's really, really good. As far as the drums are concerned, this guy is a maniac on the kit. I just love the way this guy plays drums here. I mean, I thought Asylum Cave was just insane when it came to the drumming speeds, but Carnivore Sublime continues on in that kind of tradition. You're going to get your usual fast blast beats, fast double bass, lots of quick fills and rolls, lots of great tempo changes, and just the overall ideas behind the drums are really awesome. Everything sounds good. Everything sounds nice and clear. Nothing feels too flat or forced. It's just the way it's supposed to be, and that's what I enjoyed the most about this drum performance. And moving on to the vocals, I was wondering what kind of vocals were going to be brought forth to the table on this album, because Asylum Cave had an amalgam of just crazy, crazy vocals. High-pitched screams, pig squeal vocals, low guttural vocals, almost spoken word style passages. And here on Carnivore Sublime, you're going to get pretty much what you had on the last record here, but all over the place. To me, Benighted are one of the few bands in today's death metal scene that can really pull off pig squeal style vocals properly, and they are crazy sounding. It definitely adds to the hype and to the overall intensity of the songs. I think the pig squeals work when they show up. The low end guttural vocals sound good when they show up. The mid-range vocals sound good. Even the more crazier spoken style vocals definitely adds to the narrative of the album. And another thing to point out is the really intelligent stuff going on within the lyrical content, like the track Slaughter Suicide. That's a 2-part track, and for the first half of the song, you get a section of the song called The Slaughter, which sounds really, really good. But then things get a little bit deeper and quieter when you get to the Suicide, which I think is a crazy, crazy second part of the track, and I think it's awesome. Even to songs like Defiled Purity and June and the Laconic Solstice. Just some really top-quality lyrics. Pretty demented sounding stuff. Even Spit, which features Niklas of Shining, which is a pretty crazy track in its own right. That's where I mentioned it had a bit of a black metal edge going on to it. I think for that particular track, it works well. And there's some French language tracks on here. The title track and track number 10. I won't pronounce it because I know I might butcher it. But overall, like I said, I think this is another solid album in the Benighted discography. I don't know if I like this album more than I did Asylum Cave, but I think this is an album worth repeated listens if you're a fan of Benighted and what they've done. I think this is a very energetic piece of death metal, definitely for fans of death metal, death grind, or if you are into Benighted's body of work. This is a really fun thing to listen to. So, if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say X2Y, Noise, Slaughter Suicide, Defiled Purity, and the closing track, June and the Laconic Solstice. I'm going to leave you a link in the description box to the official Benighted Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you feel it's worthy of being bought physically or not, or digitally. However you choose to listen to music, it's totally up to you. And of course, the album cover in itself, the sticker is strategically placed, little bit of a controversial album cover, and there is alternative album cover artwork, so you can view it for yourself when you buy it. So again, the album is Carnivore Sublime by Benighted. This is released on Season of Mist. Definitely check this out. And for the time being, I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. Really good album from Benighted. Definitely another interesting aspect of their discography. So support Benighted. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until next time, Armiel out.